one of the problems I've had with many parents is their struggle with labeling. But I'm okay with that. But I have a problem myself when they label their child as oversensitive.
Yeah.
Right? I don't feel like a couple of things: laziness and oversensitivity.
Yeah.
Oversensitivity, particularly because it damages their emotional regulation so much. Right? So, what do you suggest to parents when they have a child that may be a little more on the sensitive side of things?
Yeah. I think, first of all, we have to understand that a study showed that 20% of the population is overly sensitive. Okay, so there are people who are wired like that. Okay, so there are things that we can do to, support them. Yeah, exactly. So one of the things is that you can find a positive attribute within them. So you should avoid calling them, oh, you're so overly sensitive, oh, you're so quiet, oh, you're so shy. Instead, focus on the positive attributes and call that out.
Okay, so avoid the labels, like I was saying.
Avoid the labels, exactly.
But instead, call it out as you're more empathetic.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. More compassionate, empathetic.
Kind,
exactly.
So you spin it in a way.
Yeah.
Even though you don't mean it,
Yes.
you just want to
Exactly.
make sure that the child doesn't feel that you're calling it out or being negative about
Exactly.
it. Okay.
The second one is you can help your child manage their emotions. Now, not every time you can give in to them and their demands, and they may cry. But then what you can do is you can try and understand why they're feeling what they're feeling, and try to help them manage their own emotions by talking to them, by telling them, what is triggering you, or what, not in those words, of course, but because you know your child very well, you can try and, so instead of giving in to them and their needs, basically, all
That's
the time.
a good point, because I feel like a lot of kids, they don't know sometimes why they're crying or why they're angry. And then
Exactly.
once you question them, they actually start to think about it, and it calms them down a little bit as well, that they
Yes.
have that voice to say what it
Yes.
is that's bothering
Because till
them.
that moment, like you
Exactly.
said, I don't think they have ever thought about it.
No,
Exactly.
until you
I've-
question it.
Yeah. They either their demands have been met or not met.
Yes.
Yes.
There's not really been a conversation around it.
Yes.
Exactly.
You were saying that you did something the other day that you saw.
Yes, so that goes with my third point, which is switching gears. Basically, trying to divert their mind, because sometimes they will just cry because they are highly sensitive to certain things, and some things may trigger them in the environment. So something that I did with one child who was crying, she didn't have a particular reason. So first I tried to manage her emotions. It didn't help. So something that I did was diverting it. So I just told her to repeat after me. And I said, ha,
Ha,
ha, ha,
ha, ha,
ha, ha, ha,
ha, ha, ha.
ha 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 ha, and then you just start laughing. So it's like it's a way, like how we were talking about rewiring. It's about rewiring your brain and telling your brain that, okay, it's wired in a way where you're sensitive, but also you can rewire it by making yourself laugh, and laugh is always contagious. So
So
just
it's one of those things where they tell you to, even though you're having a bad day, just smile so you feel better.
Exactly.
So if you're crying and you're being sensitive, emotional about some situation, just do the ha-ha method.
Just laugh it out.
Just laugh it out.
Yeah.
Just like force it out of yourself.
Exactly.
Okay, fantastic. And Zoha, you were telling me about how during the summers, children tend to be very demotivated.
Yes.
Is it because
that's
it's
very
hot?
common.
Because I agree.
It is very hot, so they might be lethargic. But they also just get demotivated because they just think, okay, school's closed. Why should I do this? Leave me alone kind of thing. Which, to an extent, they should get a break. I do agree on that. But the reasons they might start to feel demotivated because they, firstly, might be overwhelmed. If you're giving them a lot of things to do at once, like around the house, they might just think, I'm not doing any of this. So you could break those tasks down. Or they just simply don't understand why you're telling them to do such things. Or if you're dropping them off to various amount of activities, they might become reluctant going there because they don't understand why you're taking them there. So giving them that understanding, having an open conversation, or just breaking down those tasks would really help.
Fantastic. So that really helps them reason it out as to why they should find that motivation.
Yes.
Or maybe just push through because it's for their own benefit and probably there's a reward at the end of it.
Yes.
All of that, like that open dialogue. So from both of these situations, what I understand is if you're overly sensitive, have communication. If you're someone who's demotivated, have good communication.
Yeah.
So our takeaway from
Communication
Have
is key.
good
communication
communication.
is key. From this takeaway podcast,
Yes.
we have understood that open dialogue is important with children.
Exactly.
That's
Very much,
fantastic.
yes.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.